We've just got this one beautiful planet. That's our one home. That's what we have to save. And I think the problem is there's been a disconnect between the clever brain and the human heart, which is love and compassion. And I truly believe only when head and heart work in harmony can we attain our true human potential.
Thank you for coming here to visit us at Washington University and for sharing your message and for everything you do. You've inspired so many of us in this audience. Thank you.
Well, Cricket, don't you wish we were together in Congo? That was so magic. That was so, I'll never forget coming to Congo with you and Dave.
And Nick Nichols.
And he made me walk 22 kilometers.
In the rain.
And I had blisters on my feet.
Little plastic sandals that were tough to walk in for 20 kilometers. But you did it. You never gave up.
No, I never gave up. I did. Well, I had to. I couldn't be left alone among all the gorillas.
Actually, that time in the Gulago Triangle was very fragile to us because it was when the forest was gazetted to be logged. And something that I don't think I've ever formally thanked you for is all of your efforts to make sure that that area would be annexed to the national park. Thank you so much.
It was untouched. I mean, there were trees that have been standing there for, 2,000 or more years. It was one of the most amazing trips I've ever had. And it was the first time I saw gorillas, and I saw the chimpanzees, and I met you and Dave, and it was just absolute magic.
And that forest has remained intact because of you and your efforts.
Well,
thank you again. And we're making more discoveries. Those chimpanzees that you met, we discovered now, just published last week, that they play with the gorillas, that they aren't as aggressive and competitive as we thought with them. I mean, there's an occasional slap and whatnot, but we see them together more often than we ever thought. So many more discoveries to come. And since we're here on a university campus with many of my colleagues who are scientists and aspiring students, I wanted to recognize one of your amazing talents. My son calls it a superpower of Jane's, and that is to reach the public with your science. As academics, I don't think we do a good enough job of that, and I think that applies across fields. So I wonder if you might be willing to share some advice with us on how to better reach the public with our messages.
I think the best advice I can give is tell stories. Don't use scientific jargon. When I first had to give a talk, I was so nervous. It was at Yale University, I think. And so I made a vow at that time. When I talk, I will never read a speech.
Stop, Jane.
And I will never read a speech, and I will not say and I will not be afraid of a silence while I think of the next word. But it's telling stories. But you know what it is really? It's your heart's got to be in it. It's not just got to be something that you sort of feel people ought to hear. It's got to be something you feel people must hear, that really means a lot, that if they listen to you, it will help them to make the world a better place. Every single individual makes an impact every single day. Thank you, but I want to end where my sort of career began. And I know there are quite a lot of people in this room, and I'm including you, and Dave, and all my JGI team who've been in the field, and the students I met today. So I'm hoping for a rousing response to a chimpanzee greeting. So I will start, and there will be a rousing response for others who've studied chimpanzees, even in zoos. And so, isn't that a good way to end? Thank you, everybody.